Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Once again, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash Barakatha. All right, once again, this is another lesson. All right, another installment of, I hadn't done this in a while, but, all right, the Supplemental Saparyam. Saparyam meaning, books. All right, in the Lashwan Kodash. All right, but I'm going to start it off with all right, the introductory scripture. All right, Ecclesiastes, all right, 12 and 12. And further, by these my son be admonished, of making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. All right, so, of course, that's why it's called, or, like supplemental, or, as far as, all right, this truth is concerned, all right, the main source, is always the scriptures. All right, but, just for like edification's sake, or, we go into different books, different historical or, like documentations and things of that nature. All right. Or, whatever, we take like the meat from the bone. All right, but the, the problem, the stumbling block within, going into like different books and all that, they might, be going off to some extent. All right, and you'll hold that, in higher regard, in the scriptures. Or, so, that's an admonishment. All right, so, all right, this is Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. All right. All right. So, as far as, that's why I'm going into these, like books is just like basic, mainly, about the Southern Kingdom, edifications about, all right, so-called African Americans, really being, Israelites. And these are some of the, like the basic books. All right. But, this is, or, something, as far as, like the search of your fathers, not going on, ancestry or anything like that, but, learning about your history. Or, and this has to do with, goes into like archaeology, certain things, certain paintings, icons, historical documents. Or, these are all things, that, are, just like back up what we say. All right, and these, if you don't know about these books already, these are some, just like basic. These are the things that, a lot of Israelite groups, help, edify, a lot of them, go into these, basic books, or, especially like all like what they call like one Westers. All right, but they go into this documentation. All right, Revelation 12 and 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her, all right, to be carried away of the flood. Now, because remember, or, these heathens, especially like Esau, they want to do away with us, physically and, first, spiritually. All right, verse 16. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. All right, so, in this, it's like basically, or, just goes into, documentation, like this. Like I said before, the earth helped the woman. It goes into like the archaeology. All right. All right. But, just real quick, I just want to get into, all right, this is the main book. All right. And you can still get this at, mainstream stores like, Barnes and Noble, for a reasonable price. Or, it's called From Babylon to Timbuktu. All right. By Rudolph R. Windsor. All right. A history of ancient black races, including the black Hebrews. Of course, we're not black Hebrews, we're just Israelites. All right, but see if we can get a little bit of meat out of here. Right. Sake. It's been a while since I've read this book. Right. Right here, it's a little bit, page 20. All right, the ancient people did not classify races according to skin color, like the modern nations of Europe, all right, and America. All right, that just goes into or some of the things of our doctrine, that people scoff at. All right, but it's lucky I can't find the because it also talks about 70 AD, in this book. All right, here's page 116. All right, it says these black Jews would naturally go to African countries, most of all because of less persecution, and they could disguise themselves easily among blacks. All right, so it just shows you just a little bit of edification, as far as Israelites, looking like people from the continent of Africa. Here's Nature Knows No Color line, or this goes into the Dark Ages, all right, the so-called black, all right, the Israelite history of Europe, all right, to some extent. Right, it just shows right, the history of the Moors. Right. All right, confusion of faces, and this is in Norway. you know you know they're not just friends. Right, they're not just friends, so our people get around. Right, it's got right the coat of arms. It's Nature Knows No Color line by J.A. Rogers. All right, and then all right, the truth about about black biblical Hebrew Israelites. Once again, that term black Hebrew Israelite, that's just like Israelites, because it's just not about black. Not all black people are Israelites. All right, and this, there's a lot of meat in this book. All right. All right. Some scholarly, Moses Farrar. For someone outside of what we do, some pretty diligent edification. As far as are the things that match up. What we say. It's like a whole. As you can tell from the title, there's a whole lot of meat, a whole lot of edification. Because one of the main stumbling blocks, when you first come in, or is you just have sometimes you might have that doubt, through the spirit, but these things, if you choose to invest in these types of things, if you're in a camp, one of the Akim is bound to have one or many of these books. All right, but as you can see, it's been a while. I haven't read in these books, This was for more, when I like first came in. All right, but like especially like these two books right here. Like it's like a lot of history, a lot of edification, that you need to go into. All right, but or with that, I'm gonna say all right, shalom.